Good morning. Welcome back to our class. This is Teacher Alma, your grade 7 science teacher. Before we start, let us have an opening prayer. Let us ask God for protection and guidance.
Lord God, thank you so much for giving us another day to study and prepare for a good life in the future. Thank you for giving us the chance to continue learning amidst the pandemic, which caused a lot of changes in our lives. Bless our parents who work hard to support us. Bless our teachers who are doing their best to inspire and guide us, especially in these trying times. Bless our country and the people who continue fighting to stop the pandemic. Lord, fill us with your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Thank you. Please remain seated wherever you are and watch some reminders for you to be free from COVID. COVID-19 safe reminders. Wash your hands with soap. Keep the social distancing. Avoid handshakes and other contact. Okay, thank you. This morning, we will be able to recognize that substances are classified into elements and compounds. That's names of elements and symbols. Moreover, you will be able to familiarize the periodic table of elements, the names of elements and their symbols. Name and write the symbols of some common elements. Recognize the elements through their chemical symbols. Okay, who can tell what are our lessons for today? Of course, they are the names of elements and symbols. Have you heard the word elements? Let us know them today. To start with, let us perform Activity 1 entitled Form Me a Word. Are you ready? Okay, here is the direction. Arrange the following jumbled letters. The descriptions provided below will help you unlock this task. Write your answers in your science notebook. Is it clear? Okay, shall we start now? Go! Number 1. A substance that cannot be broken down into simpler ones. If your answer is element, then you are correct. Number 2. They are made up of 2 or more elements, components which are chemically combined. The answer is compound. If your answer is compound, then you are correct. Number 3. Can be classified into 2 broad categories, mixtures and substances. If your answer is matter, then you are still correct. Okay, who got perfect? Okay, by then, you are now unlocking some of the difficult words used in this lesson. Since everybody has already in its mind our topic for today, let us try to have some game. Do you know Kahoot game? Okay, so let us play the game so that you can be engaged more to our lesson today. Okay, to those who joined the game, okay, enter your name. Okay, go. Okay, Nelborn, join the game. Okay, this compose the pretest. Okay, start. Number 1. Water is an example of a compound. Okay, the answer is true. Who got the correct answer? Okay, Nelborn got it right. Next, components of water can still be broken into simpler substances. Okay, the answer is true. Who got it right? Okay, still Nilborn got it right. Next, hydrogen can still be broken into other substances. True or false? Okay, the answer is false. Okay, still Nelborn got it right. Next, oxygen can be broken into other substances. True or false? Okay, the answer is false. Who got it right? Okay, Nelborn got still right. Next, the last. Water is composed of hydrogen and oxygen. True or false? Okay, the answer is true. Okay, let us see. Let us see who got the highest score. Okay, Nancy ranked 3rd. Shima got 2nd. And the winner is Nilborn. Okay, let's clap our hands for Nilborn. Okay, based on the activity, let us try to discuss them one by one. What are the components of water? Of course, if you say that the components of water are hydrogen and oxygen, then you got it right. Do you think we can still break the hydrogen into other substances? How about the oxygen? Can we still break them into other substances? Okay, the answer is no. We cannot break the hydrogen and oxygen into another substance. If so, how do we classify hydrogen and oxygen? Okay, hydrogen and oxygen are called elements. Why are they called elements? Because elements are the simplest form of matter. Compounds are made up of elements. And water, based on the game, is a compound. Therefore, water is made up of 2 elements, hydrogen and oxygen. Both elements and compounds are substances. Since you have already a knowledge on water elements, let us try to know more about them by answering activity 3, the periodic table. It's elementary. In this activity, you should be able to know some information about the elements that may be found in the periodic table and identify the group, number, and element it belongs to. What do you need in order to answer this activity? Okay, we have the periodic table of elements. This is an example of a periodic table of elements. Okay, every element has a name. In each box of the table, you will find only one name. One box corresponds to one element. Okay, just like what you have seen here. On the backs, you have there one element which is nitrogen. Using the periodic table, find where nitrogen is. Of course, it is found on what group do you think? Or what family does it belong? You will know that later. For the next questions, please refer to the periodic table of the elements found at the back page of this module. Write your answers for each question in Table 1, which is found in your module. Okay, here is the example of the table. In answering Table 1, please refer to these rubrics. Okay, for elements having single letter symbol, if not capitalized, then you've got no score or 0. If capitalized, you earned 1 point. But for elements having 2 or more letter symbols, these are the criteria. If the first letter of the symbol is not capitalized, then your answer is wrong. When all letters are capitalized, okay, your answer is still wrong, or you will have no points. When first letter is capitalized and the following letters are small, then you got it 1 point. Okay, got it? Okay, so shall we start now? Okay, take note, class, that scientists agreed to give symbols for each element. This is very helpful, especially to those elements with long names. In other words, scientists agreed to have short cut of the names of the elements by writing their symbols. So instead of writing the full names, a 1 letter or 2 letter symbol may be used. You can find these symbols in the periodic table too. It is written inside the same box for that element. For instance, O is the symbol for oxygen. Okay, for question number 1, what are the symbols for elements with long names such as beryllium, phosphorus, germanium, and darmstadtium? Okay, answer it. Okay, then we will check then. Okay, so for question number 1, okay, under the name in your table 1, you have the beryllium, phosphorus, germanium, and darmstadtium. Okay, what is the symbol for beryllium? Okay, capital B and small letter E. How about phosphorus? Okay, capital P. Germanium, capital G and small letter E. Darmstadtium, capital D and small letter S. Notice that most of the 1-letter symbols are the first letters of these elements. So what are the symbols for boron, nitrogen, fluorine, and vanadium? Okay, you write it on number 2 in your table. So what is the symbol for boron? Okay, it is a 1-letter symbol, capital B. How about nitrogen? Okay, still 1-letter symbol, capital N. Fluorine, okay, it is capital F. And vanadium, it is capital V. For the 2-letter symbols, most of them start with the first letter of the elements. Notice that the second letter of the symbol may be any letter found in the element's name. Notice as well that only the first letter is capitalized for the 2-letter symbols. Got it? Okay, let us try. Question number 3. What are the symbols for lithium, chlorine, argon, calcium, and manganese? Okay, let us see your answers. Lithium. What is the symbol for lithium? Okay, capital letter L and small letter I. How about chlorine? Capital letter C and small letter L. Argon. It is capital A and small letter R. Calcium. Capital C and small letter A. How about manganese? Capital M and small letter N. I guess you have already learned how to write the symbols of the elements. But still, we have to continue our lesson or our activity. There are symbols that choose letters that were taken from the ancient name of the element. Examples of ancient names are the ferrum, argentum, hydrargyrum, and plumbum, in which ferrum is the iron, argentum is for silver, hydrargyrum is for mercury, and plumbum is for lead. Now, what do you think are their symbols? Since you were told that some elements use letters that were taken from their ancient name. So what do you think is the symbol for iron, silver, hydrargyrum, and plumbum? Okay, let us see your answers. For iron, the symbol for iron is capital F and E from the word ferrum. Silver is AG from the Latin name or ancient name argentum. Hydrargyrum or mercury is having a symbol of HG that is taken from its Latin name hydrargyrum. And lastly, the plumbum or the lead has the symbol PB, which is coming from the Latin or the ancient name plumbum. Okay? Still, we have to continue our activity. In the earlier grade levels, you already encountered elements, right? You studied rocks and learned that some are composed of silicon and magnesium. Some even have gold. So, what are the symbols for silicon, magnesium, and gold? Let us see your answers. Silicon has a symbol of Si. How about magnesium? The symbol for magnesium is Mg. And the gold. What do you think is the symbol for the gold? Okay, of course, it is Au. It is taken from its ancient name aurum. Okay, when you were recycling materials, you segregated the objects according to what these are made of, right? Okay, so some of them are made from aluminum, copper, tin, or carbon. And which you are going to answer now, what are the symbols for these four elements? So what is the symbol for aluminum, copper, tin, or carbon? Okay, aluminum has a symbol of capital A and L, small letter L. How about copper? What do you think is the symbol for copper? Okay, copper has a symbol of Cu. Why do you think it has a symbol Cu? In fact, there is no letter U in the word copper. It's because its symbol is taken from its ancient name cuprum. How about the tin? What is the symbol for tin? Of course, it is capital S and N, still coming from the ancient name of tin. And how about carbon? Okay, carbon has a single letter symbol C. Okay, we will proceed to nutrition. In nutrition, you were advised to eat enough bananas because it is a good source of potassium. What is the symbol for potassium? K. The answer is K. Why do you think potassium has a symbol letter K? Again, it is taken from its ancient name kalium. In each box, you'll find a number on top of each symbol. Okay, you have here number 7 for nitrogen. No, that number 7 is the atomic number. In the higher grade levels, you will learn what this number represents. For now, use it as a guide on how the elements are sequenced. So we have here, for nitrogen, the atomic number of nitrogen is number 7. Then the symbol for nitrogen is N. Okay? So what is the element's name and symbol that comes before titanium? How about that comes after barium? Okay, let us try to see. Now, why is it that the elements that is coming from before titanium is scandium? It's because if you're going to look at the periodic table, the scandium is found below. No, it is number. It belongs to another group, or group number 3. The same with the lanthanum, because in the periodic table, the arrangement in the periodic table is based on the atomic number from number 1 to number 118. Okay, what is the symbol for scandium? Okay, it is capital S and C. How about lanthanum? Okay, the symbol for lanthanum is capital L and A. Here, look at this periodic table. Okay, it is said that the atomic number is used as a guide in arranging the elements. So hydrogen here has an atomic number 1, and we have here the helium, which is atomic number 2. Then lithium, which is number 3, beryllium number 4, number 5 boron, number 6 carbon, and nitrogen number 7. So it is used to arrange as guide in arranging the elements in the periodic table from left to right. So it is that one. 1, 2. Okay? Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then, when you were asked about the elements that comes after titanium, of course, it is the lanthanum. Okay? Okay. Take note, class, that elements that are in the same column tend to have similar properties. For this, each column is called a family. This one here, from helium, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium, they belong to the same column. Therefore, they have the same property. And each column is called a family and has a family name. So, you look at here. Group 1, alkali metals. So, that is before. But today, this family name is already converted into numbers. Just from number 1, from column 1 up to column number 18. Thus, there are 18 groups already. Okay? The columns are numbered from 1 up to number 18, and these numbers are used as the group number for the elements. So the groupings before were changed to numbers. Okay, there are 18 groups of the elements. So we will continue the activity. In which group does each of the elements listed in table 1 belongs to? Let us try to check your answer if you got it right. So for the beryllium, okay, it belongs to group 2, phosphorus group 15, germanium group 14, tungstanium group 10, boron group 13, nitrogen group 15, fluorine group 17, vanadium group 5, lithium group 1, chlorine group 17, argon group 18, calcium group 2, manganese group 7, iron group 8, silver group 11, mercury group 12, lead group 14, silicon group 14, magnesium group 2, gold group 11, aluminum group 13, copper group 11, tin group 14, carbon group 14, potassium group 1, scandium group 3, and lanthanum group 3. Okay? Did you get it right? Who got the perfect score in the activity? Okay, I guess everybody got it right because you have your periodic table with you. It displays the atomic number of the elements, the symbol, the name, and the uses. So by this time, I guess you have already the knowledge and how to write the symbols and the names of the elements. So let us try to find out how far have you understood about this. So in your module, try to answer the activity 4, in which you're going to search and write the symbol of the elements. So the title of the activity is Search and Write My Symbol. Write at least 10 elements found in the puzzle, and opposite each element write their symbols. So that is 2 points each. Okay, this puzzle is found on your module. Okay, try to answer it. Just write 10 elements. Okay, I guess everybody got it right already. Let us try to see your answers. Okay. Okay, these are now the different elements found in the puzzle. If you have answered sodium, then you've got it 1 point. Then the symbol for sodium is Na. How about helium? He. Iodine. I. Okay, and others. So you have tungsten, platinum, carbon, chlorine, mercury, nickel, aluminum, copper, sulfur, tin, zinc, iron, calcium, silicon, xenon, chlorine. Okay? So if you have just written 10, then you have a 10 plus the symbols of the 10, then you've got 20 points. Okay? I guess everybody got it right. Okay, this time, since you have already enough knowledge about writing the symbols and the symbols of the elements, let us have some assessment. Now, this is entitled The Not So Long Story of Elements. Below is a story where there are names of elements. List them one at a time on the activity sheet, as your teacher will read to you the entire story. The birth of the elements. Long time ago, there lived two elements named iron and oxygen. that came from the earth below and heavens above. Their love was so great that oxygen gave birth to other elements to sustain human life. Gold came first, followed by nitrogen. That did not end the giving of new birth, as the twins hydrogen and helium came third. Mercury, silver, lead, platinum, zinc, carbon, and cobalt came next. This made the couple happy as they saw how their offspring elements helped mankind. This wonderful unity between them and humans throughout the years led them to decide to produce more elements: chlorine, iodine, silicon, phosphorus, selenium, nickel, copper, tungsten, titanium, magnesium, potassium, and argon came out from this union. The others came after as the centuries went on and made the couple very satisfied of their existence on earth. Okay? What you're going to do is to write the elements mentioned in the story, then opposite those elements, you write their symbols. Okay? Okay, I guess everybody had answered it already. You have here the different elements mentioned in the story: iron, oxygen, hydrogen, gold, nitrogen, helium, mercury, silver, lead, platinum, zinc, carbon, cobalt, chlorine, iodine, silicon, phosphorus, selenium, nickel, copper, tungsten, titanium, magnesium, potassium, and argon. Further symbols, you may refer it to your periodic table. Okay? Okay, everybody, I guess everybody got it right and got perfect in this assessment. So, congratulations everybody. And then, of course, to give you more or to enrich in this lesson or concept, let us try to have this assignment. Okay, this will be your assignment. Fill in my name. I guess everybody is interested with a crossword puzzle. So you have to fill in the crossword puzzle with the words being described. Match the number of the sentences to the boxes placed across or down the grid. Okay, the puzzle is found in your module. So try to answer it and then we're going to check it next meeting. Okay, understood? Are there questions? Okay, I guess everybody got it right. So for this time, I would like to say that is all for today. And see you next meeting. Okay? Goodbye.